p.m. and it's time for the Township Board meeting to begin. Can we all stand for the pledge? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call.
Mr. Protho?
Here.
Mr. Tillman?
Present.
Ms. Holmes?
Two present. We have a quorum for the meeting. Take a motion to approve of the minutes from the last meeting.
I put a motion on the floor to approve the minutes for September 18th meeting.
Second. Roll call.
Mr. Protho?
Yes.
Mr. Tillman?
Yes.
2 yes. Next on the agenda is Resolution 2025-5. The budget resolution.
Good evening, board members. I have no updates on the 2026 budget proposal. I would recommend that the board take an option to approve this budget as it stands.
Okay. We go to. Okay. Do we have any public comments on the budget? Okay. Okay. I move for passage.
Second.
No. Okay. Roll call.
Mr. Protho?
Yes.
Mr. Tillman?
Yes.
2 yes. No no's. Next, we have the Resolution 2029-9 holiday schedule for the 2026 year. Okay, do we have anyone on staff that want to? Trustee, do you have anyone that want to talk about the schedule?
If you want an overview, Mr. President, I can do one.
Okay.
On behalf of the administration, we are submitting the 2026 dates for proposal for the holiday schedule. There has been no change to the previous years. I believe there's a total of 16 total holidays, including 2 days for Thanksgiving as well as Christmas. So if there's any questions, I'll be happy to take those.
Okay, I make a motion for passage of it.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Protho?
Yes.
Mr. Tillman?
Yes.
Next resolution is 2025-10, creating road and infrastructure fund.
Yes. So the township capital improvement plan was approved by this board 2 weeks ago, I believe, or several weeks ago. And due to the fact that we are now going to transfer some money towards road and infrastructure projects, the township is required to establish a separate fund to finance those improvements. And so this resolution is stating that the township needs to establish this individual fund. And it's a simple resolution that I would recommend the board approves.
And I'll add, if it's okay, Mr. President, Board Member Tillman, just for the record and for the public's knowledge, this is in compliance to House Bill 1461, which was approved in the previous General Assembly session, where we were required to do this effective July 1 of this year. And the capital improvement plan is the first of townships across the state of Indiana, and that was required to be reviewed by the governing body, which is the Township Advisory Board, and approved by September the 30th. So this is complementary to the other compliance action that was stated in House Bill 1461.
I make a motion for passage of Resolution 2025-10.
Second. Roll call.
Mr. Prothol?
Yes.
Mr. Tillman?
Yes.
Okay, 2 yes. Motion has passed. Resolution 2025-11, setting a check and stop payment. Proceed.
Good evening. This policy is encouraging our vendors to process their payments on a timely basis.
Okay.
And,
Any questions?
okay, can you repeat that again?
Yes, we're doing this policy is to encourage all our vendors to process their payments on a timely basis.
And
Okay.
Mr. President, if I may, Ms. Gladys, I'm going to give the example so board members could follow. So we didn't want to complicate things, so I had told her just to give that part. But in previous instances, we have had vendors that have mostly been in the case of our rental, our property owners, where sometimes they have held on to checks. But we have had occurrences where a vendor has held on to checks for years, if I'm not mistaken. And so that puts us in a compromise for being fiscally auditable, if you will, ensuring that we are processing our fiscal debts and expenditures in a timely manner. And so we are just, this has already been in place, I think, in 2014. Is it 2014 or 2024 was the initial?
24.
So 24 was the initial resolution where there was a fee imposed when in fact a vendor is requiring us to reissue a check if it is amongst the 180-day deadline, or I'm not sure how long a check stays in compliance with us. Is it 2 years?
Our checks are good for 2 years.
For 2 years. So this is an instance where someone has held on to the check outside of the bank's allowance of 2 years. And unfortunately, we have had that happen, and they have brought these situations to me for approval. So in an effort to ensure, right, that these are cashed up on a timely manner, we are asking to just increase the processing fee when in fact a vendor is asking us to reissue. So currently, right now, it's $15 per instance, but we're increasing due to inflation to $20. Any questions, President?
No,
Till,
no,
or
I'm
Board Member
familiar
Tillman?
with that. You got any questions?
No questions.
Is that clear? Clear as mud? Thank you.
Okay, so I move for passage of, move for passage.
I move for passage of Resolution number 2025-11.
Second.
Roll call.
Mr. Prothol?
Yes.
Mr. Tillman?
Yes.
2 yes. Motion has passed. Next resolution, amending standards of eligibility.
Thank you, Mr. President. So we actually have a section of amending, and I hope it's okay that we also, well, I guess this makes sense. We reviewed 2 different aspects of our standards during the September meeting, and so this is an effort to correct the standards that was presented before you all. One being, I believe it was the burial assistance and cremation funding, as well as the income limits. So I'll start there, and then I'll go into the ones that are newly before you this evening. So on the September 16 meeting, we reviewed the burial and cremation standards. What was articulated and what was in the transcript reflected the correct values of an increase of $1,500 for adults, and then for children of stillborn, $1,000 is the increase. However, what was on the document that was before you in September was $1,700. So this is an effort to correct that issue so that the verbiage as well as the document matches. In addition to that, on the income limits, again, before you was correct in terms of what was stated, but on the document, when we got to, I believe, the household income number of total in the household of 8 and 9 and 10, the values reflected, it did not update in the formula correctly. So there was no change in terms of the actual numbers. It's still additional $550 per person on the extent of 10 individuals per household or more. So once you hit number 11, then you just add 550 to the 6,515 value that you see before you. So again, there was no subsequent change there. It was just more so to ensure that what the verbiage that was stated in the overview and what was before you reflected correctly. And I'll stop there for any questions about what you reviewed in September and what we just wanted to make sure was correct.
Okay. Did we vote on that too? We got to vote on that. Okay, we need a motion for that.
So you all have the full packet of the standards, but then there is an excerpt that reviews just what we're talking about today. So the first page is the one that says the office hours. So we just included that because you all know that we extended office hours to include Friday, and this was not updated in the standard manual. And then if you go to the second page in that excerpt, you will see the financial standards of eligibility, which is the gross income limits that I just spoke about. This is what you reviewed and approved in September, but we're amending to ensure that the transcript and what was in front of you is correct. And it's not in order, but then also, I'm sorry, Board Member Tillman, the burial assistance chart is here as well.
Okay, we need a motion for passage.
Well, I'll do the overview of the food assistance and household assistance, but I wanted to stop and give you an opportunity to ask questions about those two that you reviewed in September.
No, no questions for me. That is what I saw on the last one, so I'm in agreement with the changes.
And for the record, Board Member Tillman did bring that to my attention, so I appreciate
No problem.
I appreciate you pointing out the error.
Okay. yes.
President?
No, I have no
Okay.
questions. I was familiar with that.
Okay. In addition to those two aspects of our standards, we are now submitting the following: changes to the food assistant allowance, as well as changes to the household assistant allowance. As you all should know, one of the things that this administration has made a part of our mission is to ensure that, one, we communicated the ability for township to be here in the time of hardship to our constituents, and two, we wanted to ensure that we were doing everything that we can to distribute and to get out the benefits to our constituents and to our community. And in doing so, we have been able to increase the benefit amount to both of these particular elements, one being the food assistance measure and then the other one, the household goods. We are utilizing the federal food stamp guidelines that is published from the state of Indiana by the Family and Social Service Administration. And based on that particular matrix that they publish annually and update on an annual basis, we have taken 90% of the allocation and used that as the metrics to our monthly food assistance allotment. So for example, on the high end of one person household of one, that particular number has increased, I believe, from $204 to $268 on a monthly basis. And then on the chart, you'll see we just broke that down in terms of if it needs to be prorated, if an individual comes in when it's just, 2 more weeks, then you can see the weekly allowance in that case of being $67, okay? For the household goods, monthly allowance, again, this is for paper products or cleaning products if an individual is in need of those particular assistant elements. The township does have the capability of providing that. Currently, right now, the household good monthly allowance for a household individual of one is $20. And we know in 2025 with inflation, right, and the cost of goods ourselves, you could probably barely buy a good roll of 12-count toilet tissue with that, right? And so again, to do our due diligence and to stay in line with our mission to ensure that we are revising this so that a benefit could truly be beneficial to a member that is in need, we have increased that dollar amount from $20 to $75. And from that point on, as the household size increase, the household allocation dollar amount for household goods, I should say, increases additional $25. So as you go up, you will see that in the chart for a household size of 2, then the individual were able to get $100 versus before it was $25. That step up was $5 and now it's $25. Any questions on that? Okay.
No questions.
No questions.
President Prothro?
No
Okay.
questions on that.
We have one more for you all. This is related to the dollar value that we are in position to distribute when an individual is in need for support from rental assistance. We have identified utilizing the HUD fair market rent scale. Again, a metric that is updated on an annual basis. And from that, we have taken, I believe it's 120% of that particular dollar value by zip code that identified what the total amount. Actually, I'm gonna restate that. It's directly aligned with that. So the dollar amount that is listed in the HUD manual is the dollar amount based on the number of bedrooms per, of the particular unit that we are proposing to use as our standards. So for example, a zip code of 46407 and a household or bedroom numbers of 1, that individual is eligible to get $810. And that's the matrix chart that you see that will now be the new page 34 in your document.
Okay.
Any
No questions.
No questions. We make a motion for passage.
I was just making sure you were done.
Yes,
You done?
thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll make a motion to pass the amendments to the standards of eligibility, Resolution 2025-12.
Second. Roll call.
Mr. Protho?
Yes.
Mr. Tillman?
Yes.
Two yes. Motion passed. Next, we suspend the rules. We're going to suspend the rules to move, to amend the agenda to add 2025 nepotism policy to be signed by the board. Make a motion that we.
I'll make a motion to amend the rules to suspend the rules to sign the annual nepotism policy.
No, second.
Second.
I second. Roll call.
Mr. Protho?
Yes.
Mr. Tillman?
Yes.
Okay. 2-0 motion pass.
Is there a discussion on the nepotism?
And we're clear.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you all want an overview?
We don't need an overview.
I think that everybody, well, maybe we can get an overview because some people may not understand what nepotism rule is. So the audience to know what nepotism rule.
Mr. Chair, nepotism rule is established under state statute IC 36-1-21, and you're required every year to sign the annual nepotism disclaimer document. It had come to our attention that we may have failed to do that, or the board may have failed to have done that for 2025. So in an abundance of caution, we are asking that you do so this year, and then we will make sure that next year we do so at the reorganization meeting for the 2026 calendar year. It's straightforward, and it's specifically spelled out in state statute.
Okay. Thank you for that.
I'll make a motion for passage.
No, we already passed.
I thought we did the motion to suspend the rules to add.
We voted on it. Yes.
Mhm.
Okay, so now make a motion. Pass.
Make a motion for passage to the nepotism policy.
Not second. Second, roll call.
Mr. Protho?
Yes.
Mr. Tillman?
Yes.
Next discussion will be on our next board meeting, January the 6th. We're going to discuss if the time change. Is that what we're looking at? Yes, I know I'm speaking to my board member.
So the time changed. 5 o'clock?
Do you want to go to 4
No,
o'clock?
I don't think that works. What time? 5 o'clock? Okay. Yeah, okay. So we would like to, 5 o'clock work for you?
to work for you. I'm retired. Everything, when you retired, everything works for you.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Trustee, is that good for you, trustee?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. All right, so the next board meeting will take place on January 6, 2026 at 5 p.m. Next, we have public comments, Ms. Darsenall.
Good evening. First of all, I want to thank you for giving me a copy of the budget. I am not a CPA, and I'm not here to bash. But a couple things did pique my interest, and I had a question. Is this the same budget that goes to the State Board of Accounts? Is that where you send the budget?
Yes.
Is that a fair question?
If you-
Okay, so,
We send the budget to the Department of Local Government and Finance, not the State Board of Accounts.
anyway, what I found that left me kind of still not knowing what I was looking at, there were departments, situations, there were totals, a lot of money, but I didn't really know where the money, what it was spent for specifically. So when you send in this budget, I assume you're the CPA. You look like it. Anyway.
That's correct.
When you send in the report, do you have line items that break down exactly where these dollars went? Because in the budget, it doesn't say exactly where each dollar went.
Yes, and the Form 1, which is the line item budget estimate, will be publicly available after tonight. And it was publicly available for the public hearing 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so by Freedom of Information Act, if I ever got that nosy, which I'm not feeling that nosy right now, I could get a breakdown. Okay. All right, another thing, and I notice all politicians, like I say, I'm not here to bash, they use the term transparency a lot. That's the going catchword anymore. But to me, transparency is laying it all out there and I don't have to guess. And like in this instance, I would have preferred some of the line items. Now, there were a couple pages that interested me. First of all, at the bottom of these 3 pages, it says net assessed value $2 billion. Am I reading that number right? $2 billion? You want me to show you what I mean?
This is the
It's at the bottom of 3
assessed
different
value
pages.
for the township, yes.
So the township is in control of $2 billion? Is that properties as well as, I don't know.
That's the assessed value of every property in
Includes property,
in all
buildings,
of
and-
Calumet Township.
I didn't know these things either. I'm being enlightened
And
here.
that's the basis of the calculation where we arrive to our property tax levies and our tax rates.
Well, I'm not jumping on the tax part. I ain't gonna pretend to know about taxes, so I'm not jumping that. Okay, 3 pages interested me. On those 3 pages, had to have that $2 billion on it. Anyway, one says rainy day. Now, July to December, you're reporting that estimated through December 31st of this year is almost $1.5 million. Your projection, this looks good for 2026. You got a projection next year of way down, way under 39,000. That's way, Okay, that looks good. Now we get to benefits, and that went over your required amount, 3 million. You required 2.25 million, you went to over 3 million. But then for the coming year, you projected that you'd be less than that, and that's a good thing, okay? But then we get to administrative. This is interesting because at 2025, you were under your projection. You were 1.2 million when you projected 1.5. But at the bottom, it says you're going to be over 3 million. I always look at that because when you say to me administration, to me you're talking about who's in the office versus who's in the mill. I came from the mill, okay? So when I say in your office versus the clients who get your services, that's what I'm looking at. If I'm wrong, you say, hey, you're wrong. I don't mind you telling me I'm wrong. But it looks like administration, they're getting a whole lot more money than these other 2 pages, rainy day and the other one. So, those are just numbers that hit me in the face. So that's why I was asking you. So the only reason I brought that up, it's no secret that the state is trying to close township offices. And I'm not trying to, Gary, I want us to get everything we're supposed to have, okay? But to me, I hope we know that we have to show them that we're gonna cut costs so they'll leave us alone. That's what I'm looking at. So anyway, that's all I had to say for tonight, and thank you for letting me speak.
You're welcome. Thank you. Next, we have Diana Sims. Do we have a Miss Sims here?
Hello, council. And, name is Diana Sims, and my only question is there job subscriptions as to defining each job? Any kind of job descriptions for each and every one that holds a position? If there's a list, I would like to know. That's all I'm asking.
You're asking if there's a job description for who?
For each and every one that's on the council itself. For the Calumet Township, everything that comes out. Is this something that's never been done, or?
I think if Mr. President, if I may.
Yes.
Okay. This is in my meeting, though. This is their meeting, but I'm going to address the question, because I think that your question is more so not to the advisory board, but are you asking about the staff that works for Calumet Township, the organization?
Maybe, yes, that is what I'm asking for. I thought, well, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah, so are there job descriptions for the current roles that are up under the organization? Absolutely. Are you requesting one? Absolutely, you can request one. Everything that we have is public information. But I would request that you submit a FOIA request in that regard to our office. And then there is an allotment of time that we are given to respond to that.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask for. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, next we have the trustees report.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you, Board Member Tillman. I'm going to be brief tonight. First, I just wanted to say it has been a privilege being able to serve in this capacity for the last 9 months, not quite a year yet. And so I appreciate the partnership that the board has given this administration and your commitment to work together to ensure that we are doing what we need to do to serve the constituents of Calumet Township in the best way possible. I did want to let the members of the public know that we are fiscally responsible, not to answer directly, but the budget that was published was more so looking at revenues that is coming in for 2026 and identifying the pots that will be used for service in 2026. Any information that any member of the public would like to have related to expenditures, we do not forecast itemized expenditures for the future year, but to see previous spending habits, that information is available in Gateway for any member of the public to obtain. I do want to let the member of the public know that one of the efforts that we have tried to do, and I hope that you have been pleased with our efforts to ensure community engagement so that individuals of the township could not say any longer that they have no clue what the township does. And I want to thank the amazing team for Calumet Township for, one, accepting me as the new executor of the township and staying locked in step with the foresight, the vision, and the mission that I was able to set forth over the last couple of months. Thank you for your commitment to myself and my team, and thank you for being accepting and flexible with moving in a different light. I sincerely appreciate your support. In moving forward with that initiative, I would like to state that we had a successful event here right in the Multipurpose Center where we attempted to engage members of unincorporated in Black Oak who felt the sentiments of that statement. And I would like to, again, thank the core team for leading the effort and executing flawlessly. It was great that we were able to do township on-demand services here right on the south side of our township. We were successful in being able to bring adequate support right in front of our constituents. We had a food distribution drive that took place last night. We were able to give over 1,600 pounds of food in a matter of 3 hours. And so I commend each and every one of my team and my staff for being able to be a part of that story. Thank you for your commitment and being able to set a new tone, right, and a new light here in Calumet Township. In addition to yesterday, we are looking forward to celebrating our students and the public schools in Calumet Township, both Calumet New Tech as well as Gary Westside Leadership Academy will be playing tomorrow. And we are hosting the Calumet Township Community Tailgate in an effort to bring light and love to our township babies, and again, to celebrate the township, to bring out our effort to get the services and what we do out to the members of the public and to engage. And that is what this role means to me. Non-political, but definitely serving with heart in that effort. And so I invite you all to meet us at 9th and Jerry Street. That's the west side of me coming out saying the address, 1900 and Jerry Street, tomorrow from 3 to 6, as we celebrate the students of both Calumet New Tech High School as well as Gary Westside, and I believe Westside's homecoming is tomorrow as well. And so we will love to celebrate the spirit of homecoming here in Calumet Township tomorrow. In addition of that, we have been working hard since our spring symposium. And as a follow-up to that session, we are communicating the work and the effort that we have been doing in regards to workforce development, affordable housing, as well as addressing food insecurity here in Calumet Township. So come hear about the work and the efforts of my team and I, and what we are looking to do to push the vision forward in those 3 pillars and developing a core social safety net here in Calumet Township. That event, the Fall Symposium, will take place next Thursday, October the 23rd, at our Gary Public Library, located at 5th Avenue in Gary. I don't know the address off the top of my head, but it's the only main public library that we have in the civic city of Gary, located on 5th Avenue. There, we will have panel discussions. We will be serving continental breakfast so people can remain engaged, as well as lunch, with the efforts of individuals maintaining and staying engaged in terms of what our vision looks like here at Calumet Township. So I'm excited about that activity. We're excited to engage with our community partners. We have Broadway CDC being a participant, Faith Farms being a participant, IUN being a participant, and we want the community members to hear what we have truly been working at day in and day out here at Calumet Township. And so I invite you to join us then from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. Again, next Thursday, October the 23rd. And so I appreciate the efforts. Again, shout out to my team, salute to each and every one of you, and thank you to the ones who attended in the audience today. I sincerely appreciate the opportunity to serve in this capacity. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Do you have any comments, board member?
Yes, I just want to compliment you, trustee, on all of your work with the township since you've arrived. It has been a complete turnaround in services and activities that have been presented to the community. Your staff has been executing excellently. They're pleasant every time I come in. And I just would like to commend you and your staff on that. I did see, I was able to come yesterday. That was really nice. And I saw some of the social media posts that, you know, from when there was a lot of people here. I came towards the end. And again, another well attended events. And I'm just looking forward to engaging more with the township and bringing in unincorporated area to the benefits of the township. I also want to mention November 6th and November 20th, your food giveaway as well. The food distribution program that will be happening on Thursday, November 6th and Thursday, November 20th. The registration time will be at 8 a.m., distribution time 9 a.m. And this will be a drive-through right here at 1900 West 41st Avenue, the Calumet Township Multipurpose Center. And also thank you, President, for your reception as well and helping me through these meetings. And I look forward to working with you into the future. Thank you.
I too want to compliment the trustee for really opening up the doors to allow people to really see just what township is all about. And her staff has always been good to me when I first came on board. And I've known the trustee for quite some time, since she was a little kid. But she has really put her foot forward. Great things have been happening here at the township, and I look forward to more people coming out. We moved this location here, which is a great location, and it's a lot easier for people to get access to coming inside and leaving. So on that note, trustee, I'll be at the tailgate, and they told me you can cook, so I'll be there at 3 o'clock. I'll be there at 3 o'clock. I hope everyone here that's present, if you don't have nothing to do, come on by and help us cheer on the Cougars to a victory. And, yes, okay. You know, I'm a Panther. I have to deal with that. So if there's no other comments, I so move that we adjourn.
Second.
Thank you.